Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Mike, BigBaitPosse. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I was going to fish today. Woke up to 17 degrees and about a 5-mile-an-hour wind. Got a snowstorm coming in, looks like, so should be here in the next probably 45 minutes or so. They're saying about 1 o'clock. It's 12:20 now. Got a little bit different kind of video for you today. I fish ABU round reels, ABU Garcia round reels on area lakes in the winter. A lot of guys use them for stripers. I like them because they have high line capacities and pretty good to throw an A-rig around. That's primarily what I fish in the winter on area lakes. This is a 6600 C4. I added a power handle. Most time I got a smaller power handle or a smaller handle. But this one's developed a little bit of a problem, and I'll try to show you what kind of problem it is. This line guide gets hung on one side of the worm gear. Only when I'm cranking real slow. When I crank my A-rig real slow across the bottom. So we'll see if we can get it to do what it was doing here. If you can see it there, it'll hesitate on that left-hand side. You crank it fast, doesn't seem to do that. But when you slow down, like I want to crank it, there's times when it will hesitate. When it gets stuck over there, like that right there, it builds up line on one side of the reel and it causes a mess. So, there's a couple things that can cause this. It can be a bad worm gear, can cause it. It can be a bad pawl. There's a little thing called a pawl that's under this nut right here that actually, it's shaped like a Y, and it goes into your worm gear and guides that line guide backwards and forwards. That's what moves your line guide, that little pawl. Or it can be a bearing in your worm gear. It can be bad, can be hanging up or going bad. These things are real easy to take apart and work on. Very simple. This is basically a cage your spool sets in. There's a couple of gears, plastic and metal gears, and a little few bearings in on the side plates, but they're real simple. Should be a real simple fix. I think this is the pawl causing this, and I've ordered a new one. Those pawls are shaped like a Y, and they have 2 points on the end that sit in grooves on this worm gear. Probably can't see that. That worm gear's got grooves in it. And those pawls get wore down over time. They're metal. Here is a pawl right here. Probably can't, I don't know if you can see that or not. The camera will focus in on it, but that's what it looks like. It's just a little Y-shaped, and those points get wore down, and the sides get wore down, and when they get wore down, they cause that hesitation. So to fix this, it's a real simple fix. I'm going to line this over to one side, like that, and then I'm going to take a regular screwdriver and take this cap off. That cap holds the pawl gear. You just simply unscrew it right there. Put your cap to the side. This is the pawl sitting right here. You can see it's sticking up just a little bit there. So I'm going to grab it with a pair of needle nose pliers. Pull it straight out. And that's what the pawl gear looks like. That's the bad one I'm taking out. It's probably just worn a little bit, so I'm going to see if I can just replace it with a new one. The easiest thing's probably going to be for me to grab it what the needle nose. So I've grabbed it with the needle nose, and I grabbed it like that. I grabbed it right like that because it's going to go back in there. It has to go back in there. It has to go back in there to match your gear, to fit back down in that worm gear. Need to turn it a little bit. There, it popped down in there. Once you get it in there, you can roll it backwards and forwards. Just reel it backwards and forwards. Make sure it's in there right. Then you just place the cap back on. My hands are big. Fingers big. Hard for me to get them in tight places. Hard for me to get them in there inside of a reel. Once you get the cap, just screw it back in. Make sure it's on there good and tight. Now, I didn't put any grease on that pawl gear because that worm gear's got a little bit of grease on it and oil, and I didn't want to lubricate it too much. But once you get it in there, you just reel it. Make sure it's running on the worm gear right. You can see I crank it real slow now, and it seems like it's fixed. There's no hesitation in the line guide at all. I think that pawl cost me about, the shipping cost more than the pawl, I think. So, but I got it out of Platinum Parts out of Florida. You can find them on the internet easily. And the parts for these reels are very inexpensive. Like I said, a little bit different kind of video today. Hope y'all enjoyed that. A little DIY self-repair on ABU Garcia 6600 C4. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope to see you on the water.